So I'm moving, and I don't have a return flight yet. For the last 4 years, I've lived in Salt Lake City, Utah. And for 8 years before that, I lived in a small town about 45 minutes away from here, making it a total of like 12 years being here in Utah. And though it's been beautiful, though it's been full of growth, it's almost felt stale. I guess to give more context, before my family and I moved here to Utah, we lived on a small island called Saipan, which is like a 5 by 12 mile island in the middle of nowhere. And we lived there for 2 years. Before that, we lived in Chicago, and we lived there for like 7 years. And before that, I was in an orphanage in Vietnam before I got adopted. So I guess I came to the realization not too long ago that I have been in Utah for the longest out of any place that I've been. And I guess it was kind of an eye-opener. It got me asking some questions, some real questions, which was like, do I see myself staying here? Do I see myself living here for a year or like longer, 2, 3, 4 more years? And as I was asking myself that question, I kind of laughed at myself because I realized I asked myself that question 4 years ago, straight out of high school. I asked myself, do I want to stay or do I want to commit to staying here? I don't know. I think looking back, a couple things got in the way, right? Like there was a pandemic that shut down all travel around the world, and I was going through a lot of personal development with my art and with my cinematography. So I don't discredit my decision back then to stay, because I've had an amazing journey so far. But I guess it kind of put me in a position where I realized that I think something was missing. I think that it was time to actually make that decision to leave home, because this place is home. I've been here the longest out of any other place that I've lived, and so it feels like home. And I think that because it feels like home, it also made this decision to leave a lot harder. I have my friends here, I have my family here, and I have an amazing job here, amazing connections, amazing people around me. And to let go of that for complete selfish reasons is it's hard to accept. But realizing that it's selfish in the way that I'm investing in myself. I'm investing in myself to encourage positive change within myself, which is a part of this whole journey that I'm trying to document. I made this decision before I went to Japan, and I think I allowed Japan to be a good opportunity for me to see how I was going to approach my documentation of it visually with my camera, and how it would be just being away from home, how that would feel, because it had been a minute since I was out of the country. And after meeting a couple people out there and seeing other ambitious individuals in similar positions as myself, I kind of realized that, like, yeah, I think moving is the move. I think moving is the move. I don't know. I think it's a good opportunity for me to challenge myself, to put myself in a position that's uncomfortable. And I think that's important in order to grow. Having the added pressure that I'm not going to have my friends or family out there to keep me accountable to do these things of investing in myself to encourage that positive change, it makes it even more real. And it makes it something that I really want. Through this whole journey of being here in Utah and being here in Salt Lake and developing as an artist, I've realized that the only way that I was able to accomplish the things that I've accomplished was by being open to new things and approaching situations and opportunities with the idea that I might be wrong. And just recently, I just listened to the latest book from Yes Theory, which was Talk to Strangers. And I feel like I have to give a personal thank you to Yes Theory and Matt for writing this, because their experience and being that I've been a fan has given me an extreme confirmation, an extreme push to just go, to just do this. So that's what I'm gonna do. And of course, I want to document that journey and hopefully serve as, I don't know, an example of somebody who's trying to chase their dreams and believing in themselves while also being honest with their fears and their doubts. But thank you for listening. I really appreciate you guys taking the time, and I'm really excited to see you guys there. Okay, but where am I going? I'm moving to Hanoi. I'm moving to Hanoi, Vietnam, at least for a little bit. But that's where I was adopted 22 years ago. And maybe that's a story for another time. But thank you, and stay up.